Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I got the no prep car back out today. I updated that Maclan DRK ESC to the newest firmware, and I played around in the settings a little bit just on the workbench. Now we're gonna try it out, see what kind of times we could get to. I had a couple of good suggestions on setups and also a couple of suggestions on some other things I need to look at, so we might look at those today, if not in another video. I'm not gonna talk too long today because the weather's not looking too great behind me. We're gonna hurry up and get some passes in, see what this car can do. So I was able to make a couple passes. I'm sure you saw the car really wasn't going straight. I think I underestimated how much power this thing really had with that updated ESC and how much power I was giving it early. In the middle of those passes you saw there, I ended up going in and changing a little bit in the ESC. I dropped down the initial stage of power, but it still was pretty rough. You saw that last pass, the car was still shooting one way or the other. I actually pedaled it on that last pass, got back in it and ran down to the finish line where I crashed, but that's not the important part. On a pass where I pedaled, the car hit 52 miles an hour. That's a whole lot of power. If I can just manage that power in the beginning and get the car hooked straight before it kicks in, we'd be on to something. So I went back into the data logs, looked at it. The minimum battery voltage isn't dropping below 6.3 volts. I dropped down the initial power a little bit, got the power coming in just a tad later, so hopefully the car can hook up first, and we'll see what we can do. Wow, those last two passes were pretty insane. The first one was a 259 at 54 miles an hour, which was already impressive in itself. The data looked really good on that one. I was happy with that pass. The crazy part was I hit a bump down at the finish line down there. I'm not sure how well you can see it on camera, but the front end of the car took flight. I was worried the whole car was gonna lift off the ground. Got out of it on the brakes real quick and didn't even crash, which was really impressive. The next pass was the same setup, just trying to get a cleaner pass out of it. Car left really nice, went straight, and all of a sudden a tire blew off. I thought maybe this right rear tire might have blown to shreds because these DE racing tires are getting a little old. It's just about time for me to change them out, but when I got down there and looked at it, it just looked like it completely blew off the bead. I'm actually thinking that's because of the fluid that's in the diff. When I was trying to put that tire back on, I noticed that the diff was really loose. And I'm assuming that that diff oil or diff fluid is getting pretty thin, getting worn down, so it might be time to change it out. I made a couple more changes in the ESC though. We're gonna try those out, try to get a couple more passes today, and we'll change that out when we get back on the workbench. We're really starting to see some progress now. Those last couple passes were really impressive, although I did hit the camera on one of them. I ended up running 55 miles an hour twice in a row. That's 5 miles an hour from my goal of 60 that I originally set. The first one was a 254 pass. The second one was a 260 pass. I think the battery was kind of dying on that one. that's not the only reason why I'm cutting the video here for today. For one, I'm sure you could see I kind of struggled to get the car to launch. I'm really thinking that diff oil is shot and it needs to be changed. The car would launch right one pass and left the next. I just think a thicker oil, some fresh oil in there will help out and get the car launching straight again. The second reason, which you might have saw on that last pass, is we lost the wheelie bar. Not really a huge deal, just the 3D printed part snap. I'll just print another one, slap it on there, and we'll be good to go. But I don't think I'm gonna get this car to launch without a wheelie bar, if I'm honest. A couple of those passes, the car was trying to pull the wheels off the ground on the top end over there, and I don't want it to take flight. But we ended up with a bunch of nice passes, some really impressive data. I'm really excited about the car getting into the upper 50s now, and there's still more power to be put into it. I'm still kind of conservative. The launch is definitely conservative because of what I was dealing with today. And the top end, I got a little more to add in, actually. I am getting worried that the car is starting to outgrow this little testing spot I have close to my house. I might have to start venturing out further to find a good spot to run this car as it gets even faster. But for today, I'm really excited with the progress. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I have been keeping tabs on your comments, some of the suggestions you've had, and I'm thinking about doing a couple of videos on some of those, so thanks a bunch for those. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the drag racing content. And as always, thanks again for watching. Peace.